The tickle started subtly, a phantom feather brushing against the inside of John's ribcage. He ignored it, attributing it to the stale air hanging heavy in the antique bookshop. Dust motes danced in the lone shaft of sunlight, slicing through the gloom, illuminating rows upon rows of forgotten stories. John inhaled, the scent of aged paper and leather filling his lungs, a comforting aroma he'd grown accustomed to over the years. Then his eyes began to water, blurring the already faded script of the first edition he was examining. A cough, dry and rasping, tore through him, shaking his thin frame. He straightened, a frown etching itself onto his brow. He rarely got sick. He had no idea he was dying. Across town, in a flat overflowing with vinyl records and vintage amplifiers, Keith Watts muttered, "Bloody Julia," as he felt a similar, albeit more pronounced, irritation in his chest. Giving me her sodding cold, and it isn't as if she was standing anywhere near me. Keith, a man whose life revolved around the meticulous preservation of musical history, felt the need for something loud, something vibrant to drown out the creeping unease. He eased a rare, signed copy of the Pink Floyd's The Piper at the Gates of Dawn from its place on the shelf, handling it with the reverence usually reserved for religious relics. Cotton gloves protected the precious vinyl from the oils of his skin. He removed the disc from the sleeve and placed it reverentially on the turntable. He sat back in his worn leather armchair, the room bathed in the ethereal glow of a lava lamp, and closed his eyes. He wanted to immerse himself in the psychedelic swirls and crazy lyrics of his favorite band, to escape the nagging feeling of discomfort. By the end of Interstellar Overdrive, Keith was beginning to feel quite unwell. His breathing was painful, each inhale a struggle, and his chest felt as though a vice was slowly tightening around it. He swallowed a couple of paracetamol tablets, but they offered no relief. The room seemed to be shrinking, the walls closing in. Realizing he was seriously ill and needed help, he stumbled towards the door, his vision blurring. He fumbled for the key, but it wouldn't fit in the lock. Something had jammed it. Panic flared, hot and sharp. Shouting or banging on the door would be futile. The thick walls of the old building were practically soundproof. He clawed at his chest, a desperate, silent scream building in his throat. The room began to spin, the vibrant colors of the album covers on the walls melting into a swirling, nauseating mess. He slumped against the door, the sound of Syd Barrett's otherworldly guitar fading into a distant hum.